Well, good morning, everybody. It's, what is it? June 24th, 2024, and it's the favorite time of our week because it's Mondays with Bev and Paul. And hi, everybody, my name's Paul.
Good morning, everyone. This is Bev.
And good morning to you, Bev.
Good morning, Paul.
And how's your day going so far?
Well, so far, it's
So
good.
far.
So
But of
far.
course, it's going to be great now that we're live and in person here to share with you once again BioTouch Healing. And today we have this great little, it says there on top, it says Light Touch Elevates Darkness. So I saw a little post from a friend of mine who lives in Spain right now, but it's from a Terry Tempest Williams. I had to look her up. She's an author, activist, younger than I am, only by a year, but
Wow.
anyhow, here's her quote, and you'll see why the last line just said, "Oh, we need to talk about this." I want to feel both the beauty and the pain of the age we are living in. I want to survive my life without becoming numb. I want to speak and comprehend words of wounding without having these words become the landscape where I dwell. I want to possess a light touch that can elevate darkness to the realm of the stars.
Oh, that's beautiful, isn't it?
It is. And it just was like light touch. That's what we do with BioTouch. A
That's what
light
BioTouch
touch.
is.
Yes, a light touch on the skin of another human being. The idea of creating relationship in the midst of a world that seems to a lot of
Not
people.
used to that.
Yes. and everywhere you turn, it appears to be showing us its dark little hidden secrets. And what I liked about her is how to live in the midst of that and not just put your head in a trash can or in the sand and go, oh no, I don't look at the news or I don't watch the negativity, I'm just peace, love, and tie-dye. How to be able to live with the suffering of humanity and tread lightly with a light touch.
Well, we're each members of the family called humanity. If you don't participate, then you're missing out for sure. We're all here to give something to this mess, right?
Right.
And to lift and to elevate. And, as I was telling you before the show, this is one of the reasons why I really feel strongly that BioTouch, it just answers so many multi-dimensional requirements and needs that we all have right now. And one of them is to lighten up,
Right.
to put a light on in our lives. And, we talk about that as being what? Self-awareness.
Yeah. It reminds me when I was doing an interview in Egypt on Al Jazeera TV, and people were calling in, and of course it all had to be translated. And the one thing I noticed all the way on the other side of the planet, no matter what the language, no matter what the culture, everybody was living in fear. Everybody was acknowledging that they're suffering, and you can go back to ancient philosophies too, but that the pains were the same, that the fears were the same, and the desire to have a little bit of relief was standard across the board. They wanted a little bit of hope, and you find that anywhere you go on the planet, and
Because we're the same.
exactly. And how to live in that sameness. I always remember how it was, the big parable where it's very easy to go up into the mountain, sit cross-legged, do your breathing, meditate, have the angels and everybody come upon you.
Yeah.
The difficult part is to walk down the mountain into the world. And then
to be a part of the world.
right, while maintaining that meditation, while
Yeah.
maintaining that, as she says here, that light touch that can elevate darkness to the realm of the stars. And that's what BioTouch can do.
That's perfect. Yep.
You
I
know?
love that.
Yeah.
Yep.
We say,
Well,
go ahead.
no, I was just going to say, when we, so what is darkness? When we talk about darkness, it's I mean, physically we can probably get there, like, oh, you can't see nothing. But darkness in this context, uh, in that polarity of darkness and light, is really about awareness.
Right.
So, this is why I know that you were like, wow, light touch and elevating the darkness and relating it to biotouch, because when you are more self-aware, things are lit up. You're connected. You see things that you might not have seen or responded to in your own body, in your own beingness. And this is what BioTouch can trigger for us, helping us to elevate the darkness into light within ourselves. That's really what self-awareness is. And then, of course, when you're practicing it with another human being, well,
Right.
as that doctor told you, well, when you're talking about love, what do you say about
Right, right, yeah. And I think that's the part we always say in relation to self-awareness. It's not the so-called recipient self-awareness. We as practitioners, especially, everyone we meet is sharing a little bit about us,
Yep.
and everyone that we allow to touch us is reminding us a little. I've had people say, "Oh, well, I can't let them touch me. They're too much negative energy," or that, and it's like, I've never been afraid of whoever wanted to do BioTouch and practice
I
on me
know.
that I was going to be harmed. And it reminded, like you said, of Louis, who trusting you are loved. And he
Yep.
used to love BioTouch because he said that light touch on that skin is just calling to the body saying, follow
Yeah.
me. It's going to be okay. It's going to
I
be
love it.
okay.
It's
And
gonna be okay.
yes, and that we're all going to be okay and that we don't have to worry about, am I in a good space? Do I like this person? Oh, I don't like the color of their hair, or they don't like the color of my, all those
Getting in the
judgments.
way.
Yeah.
Getting in the way.
Yeah, right. Oh, God, we're always tripping over all of our judgments.
I know. And not just, as you have said many times, we start the day by starting to judge and criticize ourselves.
Right.
I don't look this way and I don't feel like that. And oh my goodness, look at me and I'm not this and I'm not. From the very minute we rise,
Right.
you know,
And then
and then we just go out in the world and
right.
just ripple that out to everybody else.
Right. Or we get up in the morning and go, God, I'm looking pretty good today. The bags aren't as bad. And then we go meet our first friend. They go, you look really tired today. Are you okay? What?
Okay,
Wait a
back
minute.
to
I
bed.
thought I looked pretty good today. So,
Uh, oh
oh, we
dear.
are funny
Yeah,
creatures. And the beauty of the times, and not trying to water down these dark
right,
times, but the
right.
beauty is it's showing us our deep dark secrets, and
Yeah,
we need something to help us through this time, through with being aware of what's going on. I mean, I sit here every day and I look at these wars around the world and I go, oh my God, what can I do? And not feeling helpless, like allowing yourself to absorb this information without feeling helpless or hopeless. And that's why we're sharing BioTouch.
there's an old saying from my past teachings and studies, and I think this is what biotouch is like. Stay the middle ground as much as you can and don't add to the chaos. And in many ways, that's what biotouch is helping us to do, isn't it? It just lets us breathe in the moment into ourselves and with another human being. And there's no chaos in that.
Right.
And in her little poem there really speaks to the duality. There is so much beauty on this planet and in us, and yet we are working our way out of our the darkness part of ourselves. So we are light and we are darkness. And BioTouch can help us to meet that, I think, in the middle ground, that self-awareness, and meet us in our humanness, as you and I have spoken
Right.
before. And it's okay. We are this and we are that.
And that's what I've always liked, the word meld, MELD. You know, it's a melding. It's a bringing together. It's not
Yes.
a like, oh, I don't like this, get rid of it, and oh, I like this, I'm going to attract
Right.
this. You know, and the projection of attracting. You know, what do you want to manifest? Well, how do I know what it? You know, anytime I would think of that, that's just my ego manifesting because I don't know the innumerable possibilities that happen when when I let somebody do that greeting and touch me just below the breastbone in that most powerful place of our body, the
Yes.
solar
Very
plexus.
vulnerable, holy place.
Yes.
Yes.
And I let
Yeah.
someone take their two fingers and touch me lightly like a butterfly in that most powerful place. I
Yeah.
have opened up all possibilities,
You have.
you know, and that is the power of BioTouch.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't
Let's
know any
let's
that
share
does
that
that.
little bit that you had with Edmund.
Yes, it was so beautiful. Yes, we had a recipient years ago, Edmund, and it's when I was working on Saturdays, and he had had a major stroke and was, I mean, just watching his uh, progress with BioTouch was like, getting out of the wheelchair, throwing away the walker, no more this. It just blew me away every time I worked with him. But one day he said to me while during the session, it just touched my heart so much. He said, you know, he was going to the hospital to have physical therapy, and he says, Bev, when I go there, they hurt me. They hurt my body, and I'm so outside of it. But when I come and get BioTouch, it's just the opposite. I feel this connectedness to myself and this sense of beingness and just sense of just being loved and being okay. It's just, and I thought to myself, so the difference is that when he goes to physical therapy, they are doing something to him. And we say BioTouch is, we don't do anything to you.
Right.
It's the body. And when he gets BioTouch, it's that, as Lou said, that light, loving touch that just says, it's okay. You're loved. And he feels that. He feels that in himself. And that self awareness begins to open up. And I just thought, that's because he gets to participate consciously with self awareness in this healing. And I'm just convinced that when you are more self-aware in that healing, you are going to heal better than if somebody was outside of you doing stuff to you,
Right.
because you're not really participating in that. BioTouch lets us become part of our own journey of healing. You heal much better when that can happen. I'm a firm believer of that.
Right. So, you know, we can't encourage you enough to learn BioTouch. That very simple light touch healing technique that uses the index and the middle finger to lightly touch another human being on the skin. All we're asking you to do is pass this around. You know,
Yeah,
if you
share it.
want, yeah, go to justtouch.com. You can download just the greeting. Just doing that greeting puts us in a space of, as it says here, I want to possess a light touch that can elevate darkness to the realm of the stars. Just doing the greeting begins that process. Guaranteed. No side effects. Can't hurt you.
No.
It can only elevate you and the person you're working with. And that little dance, that melding, it's like then you sort of lose scope of, did I create this show and you're in it, or did you create the show and I'm in your show? It's like, who's in whose show here?
Right.
And we hear about the quantum physics and the holograms, and it's like,
I think also when I think about her words, the light touch can elevate. I think when we are more self-aware and in a place of true healing, we touch the world lighter, don't you think? We touch each, just symbolically, we have a lighter touch on our part in the plan. Whatever, we are each here to do something. We are each here to little streams in that one big group called humanity. We each have a part to play.
Yes.
And I think BioTouch can help us each kind of come into an awareness about, wow, so maybe this is how I can, do my part for the whole. And that means the whole planet. So we have a lighter touch in the planet.
BioTouch has helped me through, in my 20s, I was a big part of that conspiracy thing and anti this, anti that, looking for could only eat on ceramic plates with wooden spoons. Couldn't let metal touch my mouth.
Wow,
and,
dude.
Yeah, didn't sign my last name. It went on and on and on and on.
Right.
But BioTouch has helped me meet humanity wherever they are. And I can still accept those who have these, thoughts that the whole system is corrupt, and those who are in the system. And whether you take a vaccine or you don't take a vaccine does not change who you are as a person.
Well, what did that counselor tell you, Paul? The reason that you've been on this journey is because he said you have so much love to give.
Yes.
And all that stuff was just part of your journey to bring this amazing gift into the world. So
please let the gift be gotten by you. Open up the package.
Have it.
JustTouch.com. If you want to learn more about it, we have a workshop coming up this Thursday. Also, it's on our website, and you go to the health conditions. Hashimoto's disease. We'll have a representation by Deborah Schildhouse, who wrote our book also. And then our next training will be virtual July 20th. It's a one-day training on a Saturday. Those are ways to learn it, with a little bit of help from us. Otherwise, you can just get the manual that has links to the video, and you can teach yourself. If you have questions, call us. Send us an email. We're happy to take a moment out of our life to share the power that happens with light touch. And again, I'm just going to read a little bit of Terry Tempest Williams. I want to feel both the beauty and the pain of the age we're living in. I want to survive my life without becoming numb. I want to speak and comprehend words of wounding without having these words become the landscape where I dwell. I want to possess a light touch that can elevate darkness to the realm of the stars.
If you learn BioTouch, you will possess a light touch. Yes.
And you will be elevated to the stars. Join us in the journey. We're here every Monday. Join us. Thanks, Bev.
Thank you, Paul. Thank you, everyone.
Bye-bye now.
Have a great day.
Days in and days out, space and time is all about feeling pressure with the pain, in sunshine or in the rain. Living is a place in mind, giving is being kind. When the pain is too much, what we need is BioTouch. When I'm touching you, you are touching me. It's a simple thing to do and a natural way to be.